We're going to talk just for a minute about Measure C. So, as you know, our county has 3,479 center line miles, which is the most roads to maintain in the state of California. In looking at the proposal, it would establish what is called an administrative group consisting of both those 5 proponents and 5 opponents. In this current proposal, there's really no defined role for elected officials until the plan is presented. So as I understand it, I know this is a draft plan, the elected officials would receive updates and it would be brought to electeds, but by that point it would be approve or not approve. Very little role in the expenditure plan itself.
It's kind of interesting that this proposal wants to cut out elected officials' input because we really, at the end of the day, we represent people and viewpoints. So I have difficulty with that.
Measure C needs to start off with a very scientific polling data that's not weighted by how big a gang you can put together to get in front of a group.
We are a representative democracy. The public has chosen the elected officials in our respective cities and the 5 of us to, represent their interests. So I would be very hesitant to give up that power to other groups that are not elected.
Is there any comments from the public regarding Measure C? Please come forward.
You're saying you want a scientific poll, but what we've seen when you go back and look at the history of Measure C, there's a lot of closed-door conversations. This uplifts transparency and it uplifts the ability to make sure that your decision, when you make it, it has included a lot of different voices.
I was one of those 10. I was chosen by a coalition of 30 organizations. The women I represent are the ones that I serve because you all have failed them.
And this process was an illegitimate process. It needs to stop, and we need to go back and formulate the bodies do on how to go forward.
With that now, there's no motion that's required on this item. It's a verbal update, and Mr. Nerlin, you'll be working with staff on the direction we're going.